Hello. Today's snackies of choice. I'm not going to eat it all, don't worry, I'm not that much of a fat lump. Good morning. I'm not going to eat all the chocolate, although my mind says I can, my body says it can't. We are ironing. Happy birthdays all around to the biggest boy in town. I can't believe what he got for his birthday, but you must be very proud. And Dexter. Oh. Okay. Let's get this party started. Have you just seen the news? 16 and 17-year-olds are now eligible to vote in the next general election. Your thoughts on that, please? Yeah, he is a full-blown YouTuber now. He certainly is. And you? 16-year-olds are more impacted by that decision than someone 80. Yep. Absolutely. Oh gosh, the camera's wonky. You're all going to think you've gone to sea. They have to live through it. Yes, they do. The 80-year-olds don't. That is very true. Although I am slightly shocked because at the age of 16, do you know enough to make an informed decision? I'm not sure. At 16, I wasn't really informed enough, I don't think, when thinking back to when I was that young, whether or not I could have made such a massive decision as who to vote for. Gosh, I still don't know enough. No, I don't think I do either. What I do know is that I don't like how things are at the moment. And I think we have to have sweeping change if it's going to make it work. You know, I said to you the other day that I feel a great change is coming, and I couldn't work out what that great change was, but I know that it needs to happen, and rather than fight it, I've decided to embrace it, because the last time I fought the change, well, obviously look what happened. So this time I've decided to take a different approach to change that's coming. Whether I like it or not, it's going to happen. And I have decided this time to do the other way and embrace the change. No matter what it is, just accept it. I voted for Brexit and we got French backlash. Yes, we did. It was handled badly, was Brexit, for the Remainers and the the Brexiteers, yes. And both sides did poorly in that. A tidal wave of creative madness comes next. Oh, I better go get my life vest on then. Do I get to get armbands? Do you remember them bright orange armbands that we had to wear when we were kids? We had those massive foam rings that went round his arms. I mean, how could you learn to swim with something like that? Like your arms are doing that. Gosh, this is a fiddle. This is a linen shirt. And it's a bit crunkled in the wash. Never put those on your legs. I'll stop laughing in a minute. Oh dear me. Ooh. Oh, you made me cry, laugh. Oh. Oh God. Oh. Oh, yeah, don't put them on your legs, kids. Oh dear Lord. Oh, that has brought tears to my eyes. I couldn't breathe then. I couldn't breathe then. You made me laugh that much. So what time are you going out and when did the party shenanigans begin? Is that when you can tear the young master away from his computer deck for long enough? Oh. You know, I remember one Christmas, and this shows I'm as old as dirt. I got a ZX81, you know, the one with the green and red stripe, was it? Or was it blue and red and green? It was something, it was a tape cassette loader. It had 1 gigabyte of memory. And I thought it was amazing. And if you wanted to get the frog to jump on the television, because you had to plug it in through the back of the TV, and remember how the old TVs with the valves in, that's the kind of TV that we had. And you had to spend at least 6 hours typing all this code in. And if you got the wrong code somewhere down the line and you couldn't find it, your frog wasn't going to jump on the television. And honestly, how we didn't send ourselves mentally impaired and insane with that, I don't know. Oh, I also want it known that this morning, Montague, my lovely little boy, decided that he was going to scratch my foot while I was walking past him to go put the laundry into the wash bag to bring downstairs. So I now have a perfectly beautiful scratch right across my right foot. Sophie, my little girl, are you feeling better? I can't talk that long? Is that because you keep being ill or you've got somewhere to be? Okay, right. So yes, you're ill. Still. Have you managed to keep anything down? I'm going at a party. You're going to a party. Another space up, me too. But I'm all better now. Well, my girl, I am very pleased to hear it. And I bet your parents and your brother are too. Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is it, Sophie? Oh my goodness. I need to tell you about yesterday's viewing figures for the mammoth 6-hour-long live stream that I did regarding standing here and doing the ironing. I didn't finish ironing last night until 6 o'clock at night. I was very tired at this point. I'm feeling a little bit tired today, actually. You're not eating chicken and rice again, and it's your friend Chloe's birthday. Oh, well, what happens if you go to Chloe's party? Right. And there's chicken and rice there. Did it do good? Oh, yes, it did. My goodness me. That one stream, 27.5 hours. I've never done 27.5 hours in my life. And that was just from 6 hours stream. So somebody must have been watching it after I finished live streaming, because I think when I finished live streaming it was something like 15.5 hours. YouTube rewards longer streams. Oh, I told her about my allergies to strawberries, and guess what? If you're going to tell me that she's got a strawberry filled birthday cake with chicken and rice on the side, I think you're going to run from that room screaming, aren't you? You poor girl. She's having chocolate cake. Well, that's better. I'm going to say birthday cakes should be chocolate cakes. I wonder why it is that YouTube rewards longer streams than short ones. Probably because people have more chance to log on to watch it. For real, yeah. Everyone should have chocolate. There should be chocolate wedding cakes and chocolate birthday cakes. Chocolate graduation cakes and chocolate christening cakes. You've seen people live for 20 hours. Blimey, they must be tired. I wonder where they were going. Were they going on like a journey? Yeah, they might have been. I'll show your friend your braces are off. Good. One of the other shortlist channels has sleep streams. It's just the couch with his dog sleeping overnight. Aww. I know, right? Yes, maybe. Oh, do you feel funny not having your braces on anymore? Dog sleeping overnight? Wow. I wonder what Monty gets up to when I'm asleep. I ought to get one of those cameras that you put on his collar, around his neck, so I can see what he gets up to. 1 second, my dad is calling me downstairs. All right, go see what your dad wants. That reaction is why it gets good views, Fairy. Oh. Now, I've often thought I should get a cat cam to go around Monty on his collar and see where he goes during the day, because I'm so curious. There's a guy on YouTube called Mr. Kitters, and he goes around with one of those cat cams on, and you get to see all his adventures that he goes on during the day, and it's really cool. My dad said, what's it like to have a cat? Interesting. It's an interesting life having a cat. They're a lot of fun. And I love Monty dearly. He's an absolute angel. When he's not scratching your toes off. He's a little demon this morning. He went right for my foot. Got a right scratch mark right across it. Oh, did I say so for yesterday? I'm going to the cinemas. We just got a little screaming, pooping nightmare kitten, Sophie. Tell him it's like having a newborn child. Yes, we were talking about having children yesterday, weren't we? With screaming, crying, pooping windbags. But we wouldn't have our children any other way. That grows into a razor-clawed, bird-murdering football. Floofball. No. Floofball. Sometimes they leave the birds alone, you know. Well, all right, in my case, no. Monty, we'd been out once and we came back and there were feathers everywhere and one very dead bird right outside the back door, with a very proud Monty over it going, as if to say, look what I brought back for dinner, everybody. And we're like, oh, we don't have to eat this, do we? I will comment on later. Okay, enjoy your party. Thank you. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Have a good time at the party. Oh, dee. Let's try and get through this laundry. We've got 2 bags. I was thinking about dropping an email to the t-shirt company to get some idea of prices for the, I think what we'll do, first off, out of everything that's been on that list that I did yesterday, that poll, I think we'll just do t-shirts to start with, and we'll see where we end up. And I think what we'll do is a limited run of the t-shirts as well, you know, just to see how they do. And if it goes well, we'll look at something else. And every so often we'll do like a limited run of t-shirts and stuff, if it goes well. I think what I've got in this bag is a bunch of shirts. Dear me. Oh, come on. Sometimes when shirts are washed and when shirts are dried, they can, especially if the buttons aren't undone, never wash a shirt, right? Promise me in life, you'll never put a shirt in a washing machine buttoned up. You'll ruin it, right? Which is the biggest thing that people do, especially on shirts that have got a button down collar. They always forget to undo it because the collar twists and it ruins and it rips, and over time your collar will end up skewy, and which means off center, off line, for all our American viewers, and it just ruins the line of the shirt. And if you've ruined that, then you can't wear it properly, and it'll never look smart. And also, don't dry everything to within an inch of its life, because again, you're breaking the bonds of a cotton and a linen shirt, and once you do that, you start getting holes, and then your shirt's ruined. Make sure it's slightly damp. You'll get a better finish. I promise you that. Too formal, it creates a sense of hierarchy. What button-down shirts? They can do. I suppose it depends where you are and where you're going. I have one for funerals. Yeah, some people have them just for things like that, and sometimes people have them for, I don't know, I guess if you're in a very formal situation, if you're working in a bank. Oh, that's actually a joke, isn't it? There aren't any banks left open to work. Everything's going online these days. You know, I think it's a sinister plan to make everybody go cashless. If they shut the banks down, everybody has to go and do their banking online in their own home, and therefore the need for somebody to work in a bank is gone. And eventually we'll all go cashless, won't we? It'll just be a digital currency. Rather than actually having a £10 note in your wallet, you'll just have a digital wallet, won't you? And just imagine if there's a cyber attack and you lose all your cash because you can't access it. Now there's a horror story. Flipping it, that's a dystopian story and a half, isn't it? My copium dealer is a cash. Oh dear me. Well, no, I look at it, right, and I just think the way things are going, they're expecting everybody to be online. And just imagine if you're the 1 or 2% of the country that hasn't got a computer. Cash is king, long live the king. Yeah, I like the independence and the thought of having cash right in my back pocket. It's just a security blanket. You know, you don't know if something's going to go catastrophically wrong and if you need to move quickly. I've been in some dodgy countries, okay? I have worked in some very, very, very stressful situations where you need to not be there and you need to move. And having cash in one's pocket does make it slightly easier. What's that saying? He who has least luggage travels fastest. Cash is powerful. It's a statement. Yes, yes it is. Yes, I agree. I just hope we don't lose it, you know? I hope that we always have the ability to have cash on us for whatever reasons. I'm hoping next week that I'm going to have a breather in between doing ironing and stuff, where I'm going to be able to sit down and do a book review, because Lord knows I need to. I just haven't had a minute to myself since I got back through the door from the holiday. I don't actually, it's going to sound really sad this, but I don't even feel as though I actually ever went on holiday. I just feel as though it were a bit of a fever dream. Yeah, an 83-year-old blind lady using online banking. It's just not on. And yet, are you online? That's the first thing that you're ever asked. Do you have access to online banking? No, I'd really like to be able to have the ability to come in and talk to someone. Are bank managers still a thing? An actual bank, you know, like Mr. Mannering from Dad's Army? He was a bank manager. Are those people still a thing? I went to speak to the bank manager. They are all branch service representatives. What's that then? Is that like another title for a bank manager? Branch service representative. Just what a word salad. Do they do the job of a bank manager? Do you still have business managers? I don't know. I have a business account, but I don't know if I've got a business manager anymore. I have no idea. It is a bit of a word salad. I mean, when I set this up, what I'm doing now, 14 and a half years ago, I did that through, I did set up a business account with a business bank manager. It's all a dying breed. Yeah, right, so we don't have business bank managers anymore. Jesus, what do we have? You know what I'm having to learn? You know when I said that I need to embrace the change rather than fight it? Because I've set myself out to do something different and now it's changing. I'm floundering a little bit because it's the rate of change. Okay, let's put it that way. The rate of change that's happening in my life right now it's almost like it's on warp speed. And I'm a little bit like trying to keep afloat and breathe at the same time as function running this business while also keeping my eye on the next business. And it's wow. It's hard. And I feel as though I'm floundering a little bit. And I know in my heart that's because I don't understand enough yet about where I'm going and what I'm going into. Because I've never had a job like this before. This is all new. And whereas I know where I am with ironing a shirt or ironing the bedding or doing a dress, right? I know how to iron. And I want to apply that same knowledge that I have to ironing to doing YouTube. And it's okay. Let's step back with warp speed rather than working on old content. Send me the next book review. I haven't done it yet. I haven't had a chance. The last one I did was The Folly by David M. And that's probably a month ago. I mean, I know what I'm doing, whereas it's dead easy to pick up a book and read it and talk about it. Yeah. But there is slightly more to it than just that. I need to know the ins and outs of the legality of what I'm doing and the legalities of the YouTube partnership program and all of that. I need to understand it before I start actually physically doing it. And over the last 17, 18 months I've been trying to read up and do as much as homework as possible to understanding how it all works so that I stay the right side of the law and I understand that everything that they're doing with me so that I don't fall foul of the law. There's a lot to think about. Is that Eccles Kitchen? Ecky's Kitchen. Hello. I thought it said Eccles Kitchen as in Lagoon Show. I've often said one of the smartest moves that you can do in business, and this is regardless of how big or how small you are, is that if you don't understand something, surround yourself with enough people that know what's going on so that they can guide you rather than you floundering and not being able to understand what's going on. It's very true, that. You know, I was saying that I went on holiday on the 27th of June, and I came back on the, when did I come back? I came back on Friday the 4th of July. I went on the 27th of June and I came back on the 4th of July. And I can honestly say, since I walked through the front door of the house, I have not stopped. It feels like a fever dream that I went away somewhere wonderful, warm and gorgeous, and then didn't spend long enough away, came back and got greeted with the world's problems. And not that I'm complaining, because I did get away, but God, I wish I didn't have to come home to so many problems. My poor family. I don't know. So, Ecky's Kitchen, what do you do? What do you do then, my darling? Do you work for yourself? Do you work for a bank? Back in a moment. I'm back. I had to go do some washing. The washing machine stopped and I had to change the load. Such fun, eh? Such fun. I'm feeling a bit flat. Next is a sucker for chin rubs. Oh yeah. That's because their mummies stimulate them to want to drink the milk by rubbing their little chins. So you probably think Shari's mama. You know, one of the things that you can do is a soft toothbrush, right? And just gently groom here on the nose and under the chin after they've eaten, so that it stops food building up all around the fur and basically going a bit crusty. And you know, causing them pain, basically. If you got like your face covered in food and then you never wiped it off, after a while your skin would crack. Well, it's no different with a little kitten. And if you just moisten the toothbrush, don't use a hard one, use a soft one. And then just gently wipe around the mouth, you know, and here on the nose. It's a comforter on the nose, but round the mouth it's quite important to just make sure that the food don't build up. Is he, have you got him on kitten food or is he still on the bottle? Because I think he said 10 weeks. So if he's only 10 weeks old, he might still want a little bit of milk. A drop of milk, sorry. We didn't get Monty until he was 18 weeks old. He is on wet food, like the really tiny, teeny tiny kitten. We put Monty on Hills Scientific and kitten IAMS at the time. And he just oh blimey, that lad can demolish food like you wouldn't believe. He's a right little gutsy wootsy. Everything had to be well, he wasn't too fussy when he were little, between gravy and jelly, but as he's got older, he's definitely a connoisseur for gravy. I reckon it's because he's a northerner. We have to have gravy with everything. Chips and gravy, fish chips and gravy. We're really quite a funny bunch. Yep, he missed his 8-week vaccination, so we're trending carefully till his vet appointment on the 28th. How do you miss that? It's fundamental. Mind you, Monty was found on the streets at 8 weeks old, and I don't think he'd had any care whatsoever. They didn't even find his mother. All I can tell you is, when they found him, he was flea-ridden, full of worms. He'd been eating absolute garbage just to stay alive, and it was freezing cold. And bearing in mind he was born on or around the 1st of December 2023. Incidentally, that was the day that we went and did our very first video. So weird, isn't it? That's such a strange combination. How that could happen. Yeah, exactly. And 8 weeks later, somebody just heard him crying pitifully and rescued him and took him to the RSPCA in Leeds. And God bless him, he wasn't a very well boy at all, and they did think they were going to have to put him down because he was so emaciated and so dirty. Like I say, he was full of worms and fleas, and he didn't have his mother with him, so we can only assume that either his mother was dead or she'd abandoned him. So yeah, he was taken in, he was given antibiotics, IV, deworm, defleed. And he spent the next 10 weeks basically getting better so that we could eventually adopt him. And as it turned out, our old boy, as you know, Orca, passed away from a tumour in the mouth. We had to have him put down, and obviously my husband couldn't bear the thought of me crying all the time because I was so upset from losing Orca that he said, right, that's it. I'm going to find you a new little lad. And it just so happens that he was having a look in the area that we live in and saw that Monty was ready for adoption, and he just said, yeah, definitely, we'll take him in. Of course we'll give him a home. And Monty's lived with us ever since. Kittens are funny things, and if you don't take care of them properly, they can go downhill really fast. Consequently, I'm constantly watching Monty like a hawk. Oh, we're running out of water. I'll be back. So anyway, my next book review, when I get round to doing it, will be The Day of the Mad Dogs by David M. I am going to sit down. I am going to sort it. But it's just finding that flipping time between doing all the ironing and just generally taking a gulp of fresh air. Yeah, just sometimes you feel, don't you, that, heck, I just need to breathe, right? There we go. We're getting slowly to the bottom of the first bag. I just need to check to see if I've got a message that might have come through. Okay, nothing yet. But I am expecting to hear. And if I don't hear anything in the next hour, I'm going to send a message. In fact, I'll have to do it now. It's important. I'll be back in a minute.